Hey guys, in the following minutes I will show you the quickest way I know to solve this problem. So, let's begin.
Hey, it's John, I'm back. I'm in the cave, but I'll tell you what, from now on y'all can call me Bear, because that's the only name you're going to see from now on. Yeah, okay, I'll still put the lower third up with my real name, John Risley, but I'm just going to call myself Bear, because, well, frankly, that's what all my friends call me now. I kind of realized that yesterday when I walked into a room and 50 people there and 15 of them called me Bear, and everybody called me Bear the rest of the day. So, well, hey, it's stuck. It's going to stick. I like it. I live in a cave. What can I say? I'm a bear. Today we're going to talk about the 15 things you need to have before you start your online business. Now, okay, there's a few of them you can kind of fudge on for a little while, but I guarantee you're going to need them before you get too far along. Now, first thing on that list is a computer. May seem like a silly statement, may seem like, why doesn't everybody have one? Why can't I do it with my phone? I can do everything else. Why can't I use a tablet? Well, you can for some things, but it really depends on the quality of the phone, the quality of the tablet. But by and large, when you go to start doing a full-fledged online business, you're going to need a full computer. Now, me, I work with a desktop that I built myself. It's got a whole shitload of RAM. It's got a boatload of hard drive space. And at the time I built it, it had the fastest processor available. So it does everything I needed to do. It allows me to edit my videos quickly and easily. And it didn't cost me $5,000, $6,000. But you may not be able to do something like that, and that's okay. You can still buy a really good computer to do what you need to do without spending a boatload of money. Now, I'm going to tell you from personal experience, I prefer Dells because Dells have a really great warranty on them, and they also have an option to get in-home service so you're not having to take it somewhere or ship it somewhere. Now, the next thing you're going to need, number 2, is an email account. I know you probably already have one, but trust me, you're going to want one separate for your business. You don't want everybody contacting you, or you don't want to be sending out a bunch of emails to strangers on your personal email account. It really gets hard to keep track of who's who and what's what and what's important. Me, I have multiple accounts for different things. You know, I have a Hotmail account that I use for junk mail, for signing up for things, for getting newsletters. Some I want, some I don't. And every few months I have to go through and unsubscribe and clean out a bunch of things. Then I have a personal one that I've had for almost 30 years now that I just keep strictly to family and friends. And I have a few others that I use for other things, but I also have email addresses just for business. And it does make my life a lot easier because I know I can look at different accounts and I know who they're supposed to be from. Number 3 thing you're going to need, and this one's really important, is you're going to need a credit card. Now, a bank card works in most cases, but bank cards have serious limitations on them to how much you can spend in a given 24-hour period or a given transaction even. And sometimes if you have to spend more than like $2,000 in most cases, you have to get permission from the bank to do it and blah, blah, blah. It's really a pain in the butt. So you're really going to want a credit card that you can function with and do things with down the road. If not right away, at least with a small limit so that you can do things and not have everything come out of your bank account right away. Now that takes me to number 4, you're going to need a bank account. Now, bank account is really vital because you may have one for your personal where your paycheck is dumped into if you have a JOB. You're going to want an account that is strictly for business, something that's separate, keeps the money separate, and if the money disappears, you don't lose the money for your house and your survival. Kind of an important thing right there. And that takes me to number 5. You're going to want to have eventually yourself incorporated. Now, incorporating is really important because it protects you down the road. Once you get bigger, you have what people perceive as deep pockets. They're going to want to try to sue you for something stupid because, well, they're lazy, they don't want to work, and they just want a quick buck. Incorporating protects yourself, protects your assets, and it protects your business. And when you get a business account, when you get a corporate account, or when you get a corporation established, you're going to want to go back and change your bank account over to a corporate account, not a personal account. Now, number 6 is really vital. I do it every day, 2 to 3 times a day actually, and that is educate yourself, train yourself, learn something, read. Reading is a vital skill that a lot of people don't have today. They're too busy watching videos on how to do things and not spending enough time learning how to do things. Learning, yes, watching videos is important, otherwise I wouldn't be doing this, now would I? Reading is also important because people sometimes retain it better. It's also easier to go back to a page and say, oh yeah, it says that. You need to read, you need to educate yourself, you need to constantly be learning. Keep yourself engaged in whatever niche or market or profession you try to do. Try to be the best at it, but you be the best at it by constantly learning about it, learn the new things, do the new things, learn more new things, do more new things, and you become better and better and better. And eventually, you will surpass those who don't study at all. Okay? Or they just stop studying. So educate yourself. Keep educating. Keep training. Never stop. And when you think you've learned everything about that market that you're in, go back and learn something else about it. Or step into another market. Learn something else. Constantly be learning. Keep your brain active. Keep it engaged. It will keep you young as you get older. Number 7. This one's really important. You want to make sure you have money to spend on your business because you're going to have to pay to learn. You're going to have to pay for training. You're going to have to pay for subscriptions to this site or that site, or you're going to buy this training program or that training program. You're going to need this tool or that tool or whatever it is, you're going to need to spend money on your business. And I really suggest that you make sure you have enough. Now, I'm in a situation where I didn't have enough and I have no way to save it. I got lucky in the fact that I have most of what I need to build a business already because it's stuff I've accumulated over my lifetime, over the years. But I'm a unique situation in the fact that I don't work because I can't work. I can't be around people. That's why I live in a cave. I cannot be around people who have colds, flus, sniffles, sneezes, whatever, because I have no immune system left. And that's a long story, but we'll get there. So I spend a lot of my time alone. And that's why I'm doing online as opposed to the different careers that I've had in my lifetime. But make sure you have money. And the other thing is, I can tell you from experience, I don't care how busy you are. If you want to get out of the rat race of working for someone else, a dead-end job that will take you nowhere, provide you nothing except heartache and stress and miserable life, you are going to have to do a few things. You're going to have to make sacrifices because you have to find the time to do that which you want to do. If you want to build a business, you're going to have to find the time to work on it and dedicate to it. That includes learning how to do the business, then doing the business, doing the things that matter to make the business work. Those you can do. So remember, if it's important, you'll find the time. Now, number 9 is a key element as well. You're going to have to find a way to keep track of your expenses and your income for the business. Those have to be separate. The IRS doesn't care, or the tax agency in whatever country you're in, doesn't care that you didn't keep good records. You have to have the records to prove to them that you don't owe them so much money. And pretty much everything you spend on your business is a deduction. If you use your cell phone for business, it's a deduction. You buy a new camera for business, it's a deduction. You pay for an internet service just for business, that's a deduction. Now, different places have different rules, so don't quote me on that. You need to make sure you have a way to keep track of all your expenses, all your income, keep it together, keep it organized, and then go find yourself a CPA or some kind of an accountant that can help you with the taxes. Trust me, you're going to need it. The next thing you're going to need, number 10, is a PayPal account. Now, PayPal is the most widely used electronic payment system there is going. It is used almost everywhere. Almost everyone takes it, with really, really few exceptions. But everything I use for online business takes PayPal. And I even take PayPal. So you're going to want to have the PayPal. You're going to want to have an account set up. And then you can look at explore what other options within PayPal that you want to use, because they also have business account option. Now, number 11, you're going to want to have Skype or Zoom. Now, most people know what Skype is. It's free, it's easy to use, and you can make video calls, voice calls, text messages all over the place. It's a great place to keep track of who you're working with. If you're training someone, if you're doing a training program, it's a great way to have one-on-one conversations. If you're doing live streaming to Facebook, or you and another party are doing a collaboration together and you're streaming to like a group of people, like a webinar or something, yes, you can do it through YouTube. You can use OBS for that, but Zoom is also another standalone where you can do basically the same thing, and then you have the video later. So you're going to want something like Skype or Zoom around so you can have two-way communication with your clients and people you're working with. Number 12, a website and a domain name. They're kind of one and the same, because if you have a website, you have to have a domain. You have to have an address. Your domain is the address of your website. When you get a domain, you also get email addresses that you can create to go with that domain, and you can make any email you want on that domain. So there's a good way to have a business email address without having to spend a lot of money. And it also gets you name recognition, because people will come to know that your business is this website. Like mine is johnrisleymentoring.com. Everybody knows, people will become aware of that. People who know me will become aware of that. I also have johnrisley.com. And they do two different things. They're two different purposes, but they're the same. They're still me, but they do two different things. So you're going to want to have a domain name for your business, but you might also want to have a domain name with your name on it. So be careful. Don't get too elaborate or too long, because the harder it is to remember, the harder it is for people to find you. Now, number 13, you're going to want to have a social media presence for your business. Not just you, but your business. You probably have Facebook, you probably have Instagram or Snapchat or Pinterest or whatever it is. You probably have a social media presence. And that's fine, that's great. But you have to also have one for your business, so people know there's a difference. So in my case, I set up a Facebook page that is open, public, everybody can see it, it's me. That's my personal. Then there's my business group page that I have on top of that on Facebook. I'm not focusing on Instagram or Pinterest right now, or Twitter, because getting my YouTube channel up and running right now is my number one priority, and that's what I'm working on. I do a little bit with Facebook, but not very much. So pick a niche, pick a market, pick a social media platform, focus on it, build it up. Once you get it built up, there's no reason why you can't add more to it later. But if you try to add too much at once, you will start to overwhelm yourself and stress yourself out. And if you're trying to hold down a job and take care of a family at the same time as doing all this, there's just so much time you've got to work with. There's only 24 hours a day, 168 hours in a week, and you do have to sleep and you do have to go to work. Now, number 14, you're going to want to have something to create a landing page for whatever product or service that you're providing. You're going to want to be able to collect email addresses so that you can market to these people down the road. You don't want to just market to them once and say thank you, have a nice day. You want to be able to reach out to them 6 months, a year from now to offer them your newer products, whatever you're doing next. So you want to have a landing page, and I personally use ClickFunnels, and if you don't know anything about it, they have a great program going on right now that they just fired up, but I would highly suggest you look at it. The link will be down below. Now the next thing you're going to need is number 15, an autoresponder, someplace to manage all of those email addresses. Because while ClickFunnels helps you gather them and collect them, it doesn't hold them for you. It doesn't give you a means to communicate with these people. And you don't want to do it from your personal email folder. You want to use an autoresponder so that you can write one email and have it automatically addressed to everybody in your list for that particular service or product. And it makes it easy. It streamlines it. Now you can use Aweber or you can use GetResponse. There's MailChimp and there's a few others out there. I use Aweber personally. I like it. I'm happy with it. But there's also GetResponse, which I'm hearing a lot of good things about. And in time I may move over to GetResponse because I don't know. I have to see what it is. So, you know, I'm always looking for better. But I also know that there's nothing better than working for myself, so I do it. And I enjoy it. I love it. I hope you'll stick around and join the game, join the fun. And it is fun. It's a lot of work, but it is fun. But anything's a lot of work. But for me, I enjoy it because I enjoy helping people like you. I enjoy helping you guys find a way to do things better. And if my experience can give you a better way to do things, then great. I'm happy to do it. I'm proud to do it. So if you have any questions, leave comments down below. Make sure you subscribe, click the little bell so you get notified when a new video gets posted. Have a good one. God bless you, and peace out.
Cool, right? So here's what I want you to do. Click the button below this video to claim your free trial.